Bienvenidos todos, esto es el radio del Centro. Welcome everyone, this is the radio podcast of El Centro and we are here with Alejandro Torres, our first special guest for this effort to reach out to you behind the cameras. We want to show you what we do, what's our programming. Welcome, friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. Can you tell me, please, for everyone that is listening, what is your function on campus and how that function can empower our students?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the Latinx focused staff psychotherapist at Counseling and Psychological Services. So I provide mental health services, including individual counseling, group counseling, couples therapy, urgent support services for people who might need like same day support. And so in my role as the Latinx focused counselor, I do a lot of outreach work with El Centro, and I see a lot of Latinx focused clients. So in that role, I get to work with students who are maybe not from the area, coming here from an area that maybe is more culturally diverse than Humboldt is. So I'm able to kind of support them through navigating that culture shock. So really, my hope is to support students in finding their community here in Humboldt and bettering their mental health during such a pivotal time in their life. You know, they're moving here, they don't have a lot of support. It's just such a new experience navigating the college world. So my hope is just to help them in that, support them, and also just come from a perspective as I myself have had a similar experience of moving from somewhere that was more culturally diverse. So being there with them and letting them know that I can understand their experience on a certain level.
Beautiful. Can you tell us more for our audience? Who is Alejandro Torres? What are your interests in academics and the work you do? And how do you think those interests can come to the table and to the space in order to help us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am an associate marriage and family therapist. So I have a master's degree in counseling psychology. I've been interested in psychology since I was like in high school. So along the way, I learned like I want to be able to support people and really help them improve their mental health. So I really feel like my knowledge of how the human brain works, how it relates to human behavior, really helps me understand people like on a deeper level. You know, to be able to have those deeper conversations, to see the good and the humanity in everyone and to meet them where they're at. So I feel like being able to use that psychology knowledge has really helped me to develop like really close, genuine relationships with people.
Speaking of it, and we are experiencing a very challenging times right now. What would be your message for our campus communities, students, staff, faculty that are crossing through perhaps sentiments of anxiety, panic? What would you tell them today in this first interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, times are really hard right now. Things are feeling very uncertain, very tumultuous. And I'm seeing it with a lot of the students I work with, a lot of anxiety about world events, the politics here in the States, things outside of our country. So people are feeling scared and uncertain. What I would say to them is to find your community. You don't have to do this alone. You know, I think sometimes the voices of people that are less tolerant and hateful, those can be very loud and overwhelming. I think it's important to find the other side of that, the people that are welcoming, the people who are going to provide support. And I want everyone to feel like you belong here because it's true. You know, you do belong here. So I would say find your community and find those things that you enjoy doing, places where you feel welcomed and celebrated and not just tolerated.
And to find your community and feel celebrated, we want to invite you to Café con Chisme. Tell us more about that. When is this happening and what is this about?
Yes, absolutely. So Café con Chisme happens at El Centro every other week. Our next meeting will be on March 14th, so that's a Friday at 2 p.m. And we will be talking about masculinity and machismo and just kind of exploring how that shows up in Latinx culture. Café con Chisme is such a beautiful space where students, faculty, staff, and sometimes community members get together to just explore culturally relevant topics. and to build community, to have a space where we can drink some cafecito and eat some pan dulce and not just like connect and be lighthearted, but also have those deeper conversations that sometimes are hard, but are also very rewarding and fulfilling. And I feel like that's part of building community.
Thank you so much. This is the voice, the heart and mind of Alejandro Torres, leading Café con Chisme from CAPS and being part of this family of El Centro. Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you so much, Brenda.
Absolutely.